few years back, a group of intellectual minds that had their childhood period at the Ojota area of Lagos came together to brainstorm on what they could do to give back to the community that groomed them to adulthood. To ensure that they had a forum for a quorum, they came up with the formation of an organization named and registered as Ojota Development Foundation. This foundation, since its inception, had made as its major focus giving to the widows and the needy in the society. Their latest outing was on Easter Monday, 5th April this year, as the members distributed food and household items to beneficiaries in all the nooks and crannies of Ojota. The occasion drew a massive show of appreciation from beneficiaries of the Lajis, who prayed fervently for the members for their benevolence. The pioneer executive members of the foundation include Bola Anthony Adelaja, President; Opeyemi Fadipe, Mrs. Vice President; Austin Ehime Okoje, General Secretary; Segun Awosanya, Legal and Advocacy Director; Adetayo Okuwoga, Generation Director; Kehinde Kazeem, Welfare Director; and Edmund Chuks Omiefe, Finance Director.
Good day, everyone. My name is Anthony Bola Adelaja. I am the president of the Ojota Development Foundation, called ODF. Now, it's also important to actually add context to things when you start off by explaining how ODF came to be. Sometime in January 2018, a few of us who had lived and still live in the Ojota regions of Koshofe local government area in Lagos State got together for a reunion. At that reunion, we took stock of our community as a whole, and within that revision, we decided that we had to do something positive to impact on the community that raised us. In June 2018, ODF was formally born, and its first inaugural group of executive committee was elected. A board of trustees was duly selected, chaired by our dear able Mr. Jojolola Daudu, and I was elected as the president, the first president of ODF. Now, what is ODF all about? We're just a non-governmental organization, self-serving, not-for-profit and non-political. They're basically to support our community and the residents within the community of Ojota in Koshofe local government area of Lagos State. Our purpose is very, very simple. We want to carry each other, we want to support each other, we want to be there for each other. Now, everybody talks about what the government can do for you, but anybody who is a Nigerian, has lived in Nigeria, will realize that self-serving has to come from within. For the change to happen, you yourself have to change. You have to change your ethos, your focus, and the way you channel your energies towards a positive attitude of community development and community assistance. You don't just develop the community, you assist the community as well. Now, today, the 5th of April, 2019, ODF went a bit higher than our normal low-scale support this business, support that person, give a little bit of handout here and there. We went a little bit higher. With the aid of our member base, we have over 272 members in the UK and Nigeria under one banner. We have over 272 members. Now, with our member base, we decided to do what we call a community food support program. Everybody would have been aware that COVID-19 has ravaged the country so badly. People have lost work, people have lost loved ones, people have lost their regular source of income. Now, within that comes a little attitude that I am all for myself. But it really shouldn't be about that. It should be we are all for each other. And ODS attitude in response to that little gap within the economic market where there is no food for anyone, is to reach out to the people who are widowed, those who are elderly and have a need for food, to provide them with food support. We don't call them palliatives. That's just a government lingo to say we're here, we're doing something for you, vote for us the next time around. Our principles are pretty straightforward. We carry each other, nobody will be left behind. Within our community, whether you're a previous resident of Ojota, you're a current resident of Ojota, or you will intend to join Ojota at some point, we want you on board. We want your ideas, we want your information, we want your inclusive, proactive membership of the foundation to take us forward to the next level. Our principles are pretty straightforward. They're founded on 5 basic pillars. 1, a community involvement and development process, where we look at our community, look at infrastructure, and then decide what can we do as residents, as citizens, to actually improve those things by ourselves without relying on government funding. The second is a community empowerment and advocacy system. We all know what EndSARS did for the Nigerian community. ODF wants to take it beyond and take it a notch back. We want to protect our community, security issues around organizing the youths so that they can actually have a focus on developing themselves rather than actually having them roaming the streets doing nothing. We want to have empowerment programs in place, mentorship in place. We want to create a hub for them to actually grow themselves and empower them to become better people in future. We then have the third a pillar of our existence, which is governance and responsibility. Now, remember I said we are a non-political organization. We don't support any political party. We're not funded. We're not a machination of any political party. We're standalone. Well, no human being can be apolitical. But what we stand for is we want the leadership and governance of our community to be based solely on merit. We will educate the members of our public who we think is deserving of the merit to actually lead our community. It has to be based on what your performance record is. It has to be on the kind of person that we think you are. We will not be bought or sold. What we want is true governance that will yield and give back to the community as a whole, not to the pockets of any politician. And that is our third one. Our fourth one is welfare and commerce. Ojota is a hub of commerce. Anybody coming from the Ibadan Expressway, you hit Ojota first, you see the chemicals company, the big markets there, Ogudu Road, which is a very big GRA area. Now, the thing about commerce is that commerce is so limited in terms of how it's applied. It's basic, it's rudimentary. We want to take it to a higher scale. We want to improve it so that actually the wealth itself is invested back into the community where the wealth is actually made. There's so many banks in that area. There's so many companies in that area. We want to invest and put the money back within the community and sow it back. Now, welfare is also a key issue. And because of that welfare program, we've actually had a program today, which I'll explain to you later on. And the fourth one, and the final one, is a general view in terms of how we stand next to each other. A general view of saying, I'm not going to leave you, my brother or sister, without calling someone up to help you and get us to where we need to get to. Always remember one thing. Life is all about what you want for yourself. But you can only get what you want for yourself if you want good for other people as well. They say charity begins at home. For ODF, we began our charity in Ojota, and that charity has to start and continue from here on. We're a foundation. That's all we are. We're not political. We don't make money from this. It's made with the goodwill we get from people. It's what sustains us. It's what develops us. It's what grows us. And because of that, we were today able to distribute to 400 recipients in Ojota food packages worth almost £500,000 worth as a food support program. We're going to do more than that. Our plans exceed that. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're here to stay. ODF is here to make Ojota great. So what we're saying is this. Join us. Be part of this massive development. Be part of this wonderful idea. And let's light that torch for every community in Lagos and Nigeria as a whole to say we will start and stand alone and build ourselves from within. Change must come from us, not from Aso Rock, not from Lagos State Government House, from you, the very people who require in our communities, the very few people who are there seeing what's going on a daily basis, and you can influence it. You have more than 2 cars, you're better if somebody has a car, you're better if the person is walking. You earn what? Money? There's so many people out there, 20 times more than you, who don't even have food to eat. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what the little you give can go and how far it will stretch. So please, Listen out, watch ODF. This is an example. If you're anybody who's resided in Ojota, or you currently reside in Ojota and have done so in the past, please contact us. Join this crusade. Join this community involvement, community development project. Let us make Ojota great again. I cannot end this without saying a wonderful thank you to the best exco I've ever seen. From my Vice President, Mrs. Okboyemi Ukmola Fadipe. Thank you very much. You made today a very great success. My project director, Tolubori Daudu, immense as usual. My General Secretary, Austin Okoje, strong as ever, leadership is your game. I also reach out to Mr. Toyo Kwoga, Generation Manager, the Director, who is actually linked and bridged the gap between the generations, age groups, whether you're young, you're old. Tayo is the link before everybody else. And we can't go without mentioning our staff prize member of EXCO, Mr. Shegun Sega Awusoya, who is the Advocacy and Legal Director for ODF. Your support, your management has helped us achieve our goals in time to safeguard people in our community, creating a buffer for their welfare. Thank you very much, Sega. I'd also like to thank Mr. Dele Ogubanjo. Mr. Dele Ogubanjo is our Publicity and Social Director. He's the link with all the social hubs that we have. And Mr. Tukes Omeife, our Financial Director. And I will not leave without talking about the Welfare Director of ODF, Alaja Kehinde Kazim, who has been immense in actually providing a welfare link-up, a proactive one indeed, for Ojota and ODF. We have just started growing. Watch this space. Join us, and let us make Ojota great. Thank you.
I'm Mrs. Fadipe Okboyemi, the Vice President of ODF, Ojota Development Foundation.
All right. It's been a hectic day. What brought this occasion? Why did the Ojota Development Foundation decide to do what we did today?
Well, we thought that since we all grew up at Ojota, that we should give a little to the society. So we decided to feed the poor and the widows. Our intention, like I said, is to bring ourselves together, marry with ourselves, and give back to the society. That's our intention majorly, to give back to the society that we were brought up from. Yes.
My question was trying to group into the future of the Development Foundation. Are there projects that you're looking at doing into the near future? That's what I mean.
Yes, there are. Like we are intending to have an health center. We intend also to have a fire station. We also intend that the government would come to our aid for some of the projects that we intended doing. So,
how are you doing, sir?
I'm good.
And how happy are you to have been able to do all this today?
It's been a long time coming that we thought that we should have an impactful outing in Ojota, since we all grew up in Ojota, and whatever we are made of today is as the ingredients that the Ojota community has imbibed into us. So we are looking for a way to give back to the same society that gave us some leeway to life. So that's majorly what has happened today. And I'm so happy that I'm part of this project. ODF, for me, more like a brainchild, and in the next 5 years, I want ODF to be a force to be reckoned with in Ojota. We are an apolitical organization. We are not political, so we don't intend to go into politics. We don't intend to support any political ambitions, but we want to stamp our name on the soil of Ojota, that even before you choose, for instance, a chairmanship candidate, you want to come and consult with the people of in ODF, because we are on ground. We know the people. We are the son of the soil, so to speak, and we are doing great stuff in Ojota.
That's very interesting. That's very interesting. That's been nice to have spoken with you, Mr. Yeah.
My name is Tolu Bori Dawodu.
Tolu Bori Dawodu. That's interesting, sir. And let me just go straight so I don't give you too much stress. As the project director of Ojota Development Foundation, could you just outline some of the projects that your foundation has embarked on in the past times?
Okay. Let me start by saying we're just a new foundation. We just got registered, I think, a year ago, and then COVID set in. So what we have now are projects that are ongoing, that we're initiating, and we're still brewing, and we're about to now start. In fact, this palliative is actually an offshoot of an original project called the Food Bank. Okay, so this food bank is supposed to be a regular thing that we're doing for indigent people. Any occasion, holiday, vacation, special occasion, we go and then we try to get corporate sponsors, especially the ones on the high streets in Ogudu Road, Domino's, Winnie's, all those people to key into it. But because we're just starting, we have not been able to get all our logistics right. We said, okay, let's start small and then do this ourselves, because you can see that there's no corporate sponsorship. This kind of thing should have that kind of support backing it, but hopefully we'll get there soon. So we have that food bank. We have health expo that the VP just mentioned, where we're going to get professionals, medical personnel to come in, give free consultations to, again, needy people, indigent people, dentists, opticians. They test your eye. If you have something, then they refer you to somebody that can give you eyeglasses or your teeth. And then I think the signage. If you go through our high street again, Ogudu Road, normally those kind of areas you will have a signage. Welcome to Ojota, welcome to Ogudu. We are going to do that. We have what we call educational infrastructure support, where we want to go to schools, Ojota Secondary School, the primary school at Emmanuel High, supply textbooks, chairs, even uniforms. We have the advocacy, where we want to call in social activists, lawyers, accountants. Again, they will give free consultations. They would, if you have issues maybe with your landlord, a lawyer can help you with it. You have a problem with the local government, you want to get a permit, there's somebody that is within the ODF environment that can help you. All this again is free of charge. And then we have the normal, what charities do, mentorship, placement, internship, we have all those. So those are the things that we're brewing now, that we're going to. So this one is just like a stepping stone. Yeah, start.
That's great. Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
A member of Ojota Development Foundation.
That's right.
How can I get to refer to you, sir?
Oluwamojami Utalabi.
Yeah. How have you found today? What makes you elated that this has been a successful day?
To me, it's been wonderful. Though it is not the first time I have been involved in such a thing. I belong to another organization that does something like this. So to me, it's another way, like the previous speakers have said, giving back to the community that molded us. The community that, so to speak, made us what we are today. So giving back to them, to me, is fulfilling.
That's a great one. And by the way you have acted today and put in your best, what results are you expecting the Development Foundation to be able to be proud of in the next few years?
Yes, number one, already we are seeing results, because most of the houses we got to, the accolades we got, the prayers we got, the encouragement we got, and so on and so forth. To me, it's fulfilling. And more so, going forward, our director of project have said it all. Those programs he has outlined, we need to take them up one after the other, so that in 2, 3, 4 years to come, ODF will be a force to be reckoned with as far as Ojota community is concerned. I'm looking at the way of anybody coming in even government wanting to do anything within the community, Ojota Development Foundation will be the first place of call to request for us, to ask for our inputs, right? So that is what I'm looking at.
Thank you very, very much.
It's a pleasure.
Kehinde Kasim.
Alaja Kehinde Kasim.
Yes, the Yeye Bobashilu of Ojota Kingdom. Yeye Bobashilu of Ojota Kingdom.
That's very great. It was even good that I spoke with you. You are already involved in some development of Ojota,
Yes.
right? Let me digress a bit.
Yeah.
What purpose does this your title serve?
Yes, that was why they had to involve me. That's the Oba of Ojota. Being still young and I can bring in my age mate into the development, and that was I was involved in this Ojota Development Foundation, which the Oba is our life patron. So we was really impressed and happy to know that we have something like this in Ojota.
That's very good. And since you are already involved in this foundation, what influences are you bringing from the Ojota Township into this foundation to make it gig?
I've really tried. I'm an indigenous of Ojota. My father has a house here and he has a street. That's Zalaji Kazim Street. So and I've brought in a lot of my families that we are in Ojota together to the society, that's the Ojota Development Foundation. So, and being the welfare officer of this Ojota Development Foundation, I've really tried my best and I'm still trying and I'm still putting my effort to make the foundation great.
Oh, that means you are not even an ex-official, you are
No.
the welfare.
Welfare
Oh, that's
director.
great that you even have to speak
Yes.
with you. And the welfare officer in Development Foundation has to do with the activities,
Yes.
the lives of
Yes.
the members of the organization.
Yes.
How have you been faring this?
Yeah, I've been trying my best, as I have said. We have had this type of food bank before, but it was a good one. We tried that was 2 years ago during the Eid al-Fitr after the Ramadan, and we did very well because I was the one that brought out the initiative that we should do that during the Ramadan, after the Ramadan program. And that was how at that time they knew there's something called Ojota Development Foundation, which I've been trying my best on it to bring in people.